Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris Orme and today we are back here playing Status Order 7. Not for long. This is a group of 3-year-olds ready to race. One today, one in a week. Or so to say, everybody else in a week. We're right in that superstar category right now. And there's just been some phenomenal races and some phenomenal horses. Mistopheles marches up to 13 group wins as a 3-year-old. Now, a lot of those came in a previous save. So far, he's had 2 out of 3. And a 3rd place finish as well off distance. So, I think you can agree, we can agree that he is a very, very nice horse. Runs well, does well, 0 finish application. But like I say, that is for short order horses. When you're looking at a bit more distance, it tends to balance out, I think, for me personally, about 1 mile 1, 1 mile 2 between cruising burst and finish application. And then after that, we start moving more towards cruising burst being important. Now, that being said, it's easy to get a finish application of 100. Lots of horses will have that. I have never seen cruising burst at 100. I think the most I've ever seen is about 70 to 80%. So the figures are relative, but when you get to a certain point, it will switch over slightly, and we're seeing the proof of that there. British Battler, again, has some good wins this year, 4 with 7 Group 1 wins. Didn't run well at the Belmont, that was out of its distance, of course, but is the Kentucky Derby winner. Mistopheles actually won the Belmont. So, very, very decent horses again. And this is in that spot of 1 mile 2 where they're both fairly important. You can see cruising burst and finish application. Pretty good on British Battler. A little bit more finish than cruising burst there. But pretty decent elsewhere as well. So no real weaknesses, which is why they run well. And then our Preakness winner. So the 3 Triple Crown races won by 3 different horses. This is a very nice horse. 2 firsts and 2 second places. Would have won the Kentucky Derby if British Battler was not in it. So we're very, very happy with this one. And again, we're in that point, mile 1, where it's roughly, both really do help. More finish would be better than cruising a little bit, I feel, but she's got both and both help really well. The extra speed is phenomenal. So, some fantastic horses. And then the non-Triple Crown horses. We've got a miler who was so close to being perfect. So close to being perfect this year. Couldn't quite get up. Docksider was a great closing run. And then we've got 4 out of 4 elsewhere, including the coronation at Royal Ascot. I'm very, very pleased with that. So, it's definitely one that's come alive in this save rather than sort of elsewhere. And yeah, Black W, 2 out of 4. Didn't really run great in the Derby. Beaten by 2 stablemates and Super Sensation. But a good run. On another day could have won it, but not with our other horses in there. And then the Preakness, again, just pushed out by Marie W. Could have won that easily. But a short field there, so possibly the worst horse of the bunch, which is interesting. Another fairly short order horse, just over a mile maybe. Doesn't have the cruising burst where we've got Marie W a little bit better than it. Other than that, they're very, very, very similar horses, and I think that does make a little bit more of a difference there. We're just stepping into that territory again where they both come into play. So we'll see how they do. We got some big races coming up out in the field. Our 2-year-olds, they have run pretty well. They've done pretty well. We're not going to gain more potential on any of them, so it's time to put them out into the field at that point. From what we can see here, full finish, bit of cruising, somewhat over a mile might end up suiting Safranana, and that is where we won. A mile 2, yeah, maybe we start to struggle if we don't have top potential or finish application. Not finish application, extra speed, sorry, or the cruising burst either. So that's my theory. We'll see how that works as a 3-year-old. Then we got Sweetest Chili, very, very good short order horse, got extra speed, got finish. doesn't need then the cruising burst, but it does have battling qualities, one of the few that does, and likes to run at 5 furlongs, so that will suit very well. We got that Fang, actually hit this potential, lots of potential. If we gain more as a 3-year-old, with that kind of extra speed, that finish, we could be a very decent horse over about a mile, which is where the breeding indicator almost points us. But yeah, not a Triple Crown horse, I think, with that lack of cruising burst and the fact that we probably won't make the distance anyway. But a very nice miler, I think we might have there. And then Bo Cuckoo. Some very decent stats here again. Shorter distance we better, and probably going to stick at 6, maybe go up to 7. So I think we got 2 very good sort of sprinters here. And then we got a good miler. And then an okay, maybe good but not great horse that may run in Triple Crown, but I wouldn't expect it to be dominant as some of our other horses have been. So that's kind of my predictions. I wanted to start off this with a little bit of a breakdown of the horses, because I feel I haven't really done that well enough. I haven't really told you my thinking behind each stat as much as others. Kind of how they play into the distances, and why some of my booking doesn't make sense to some people. Because I see some suggestions, and I talk to people on Twitter about it. I've talked to other people about sort of horses, how I grade them, how I think they're going to end up. And I do seem to be of a different train of thought to some people. So I figured that would be a good place to start. And that's where we think we're going to be. We got good horses here in the breeding barn. We got 3 good studs. And then we've got 4 good breeding mares. We also went in with Siberian Tiger, who is the most Group 1 wins out of the game breds. There's not really too much in the way of breeding to point to anyone right now. Nobody has really had that many falls. Everybody's got winners, and the earning index doesn't really match up with anything else we see. Look at the group wins, there's not really too much there. Charmer's got some offspring, but yeah, Strike a Deal could just be a good horse through the dam. We don't know. It's worth looking at that horse and maybe breeding from Charmer at some point. But for right now, I just felt it was best to go back to the old top Group 1 winners and go from there. But we got some good horses ourselves there, and a bunch of yearlings who I really don't think any of them are good enough. I can't remember, but I do not believe any of these are really good enough. So we'll probably end up selling those. So 5 races, maybe more if we're going to book a few more later. Yeah, there's not enough breeding for me to really dive in. I do want to start looking at the 2-year-old auctions. Ooh, I can't speak. And see what comes up. But until there's a breeding history I can sort of study and figure out what risks might be worth taking, we are going to stay away from that. And we don't have the money to buy out 2-year-old auctions. We can do it with the yearlings, that's fine. But we wouldn't be able to do a lot of the 2-year-old auctions, and we wouldn't make the money back in a lot of cases. So that's why we're not going to be doing that. But Black W, 6 of 8. The 2 it hasn't won are Triple Crowns. And that's, fair enough. It was beaten by better horses. So a very good horse that otherwise has won every race they've been in as a 2-year-old. Do we know this field? A little bit. Some good horses. Yeah, some very good horses. Mandalay King, 131 rated. We're 133. I believe that's by far the highest we've been. A good win here could take us higher. We do like a mile 1. That does seem to be the distance for both the W's, Black and Marie. So we'll see how we do. But a chance to add another Grade 1 win, and we're off to a decent start there. The 5th horse out from the rail. Looks like we've got synchronized the Mandalay King with Casper's Shadow towards the front. Music Master comes up as well. A synchronized dives in just into leading this chasing pack. Perfect Soul's in here, Darege is in here, Cresswell Princess is a dangerous horse in the other White Silks. Looks like we're doing quite a bit of business here to get up near the leaders. 2.5 from home now. We're cruising round the outside of Mr. Music Master and Casper Shadow. 2 furlong marker. We are in third. And now the hunt for home. The home stretch itself down the final furlong. Mandalay King by about half a length over us. Synchronized moves into a running lane. Might be coming up from deep. Here they come. But we're going to power out down the home stretch as well. Are they going to catch us? Not quite. Good final push by Synchronized, who we know is one of the dangerous horses in this field. Mandalay King had a good run. Couldn't quite hold it. They seem to be trying to make a move towards the end, but solid in third place. A good run for them. Synchronized with a nice finish, but not enough. And Black W went early off the turn. Didn't have any big push until I say the final half a furlong. So in between the final furlong and half a furlong. And that's when Synchronized also went. We needed to do that to hold on. Decent indeed. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. Do we move up? 137. That is a big jump. I did not expect to jump that much. That is a huge jump. So yeah, if we don't enter them into the Triple Crown races, we stick to our guns and go Battler, Marie, Mistopheles. And we don't put Black W in those. We don't put British Battler in that other race. I think we see a few unbeaten horses this year. But 137 is absolutely mind-blowing to me. Absolutely mind-blowing. Off to a great start there. It now becomes the #1 horse. It was tied with Mistopheles Machi, who I believe was 134. Yeah. So they were 134. British Battler was a 134. They're both below right now. And Higgy and Marie are both gaining again. Yeah, 133 for Marie. Not winning the Diana cost us a point, so we're hoping to get that back. But I like that. I like the way Black W runs. In quite a lot of seasons, I do feel they would easily be my #1 horse. Easily. Okay, is this just a 5 furlong horse? It's excitable. Yeah, I don't want to find out. I was half tempted for a second, but yeah, let's not find out. But yeah, Black W could be the star horse in many a save and many a season. It's just edged out by Marie W and Higgy Dat, and then I think I go up to another level with your Marianas, with your Halifaxes, and all the great horses throughout our history on Starters Order 7. That's where I feel Battler and Machi are. So, a full day's racing now then. 3 horses coming in to today with a good chance to extend their records. We got Higgy over a mile, and then we got a mile 1 and a mile 2, respectively from Marie W and British Battler. Let's see. I was gonna say 3 races, and we didn't really we didn't see any of our horses, which is kind of interesting. We do look as if we got a blue triangle. Let's go check that out. Very calm and fit. That's not too bad then. BJ seems to be slightly agitated. Carmona as well. We should be the favourites. We should be overwhelmingly the favourites. Okay. Better ground stand side, so we need to go on the outside. Let's set prefer outside. There's nothing in there. No, that's just how we run. Yeah, that's how we run, and these are positioning issues, but this is kind of where we sit. That's fine. I guess just prefer outside for Marie. Yeah, nobody great in this field. I don't know if we'll jump up in overall. I think it did help Black W that there were a couple of high-rated horses in that race. 125 is nothing to be sniffed at with Wild Vintage, but this is definitely a weaker field than Black W just ran against. 100%. So, let's We'll see though if we can make it 2 from 2 over a mile 1. Yeah, this would be 11 for Marie W, which would be absolutely phenomenal. Slightly boosted, of course, but can't really help that. We're on the inside rail, thanks to the draw. We're out pretty well, but with a better turf being on the outside, us starting on the inside, that means we are going to have to make a move. But we do look as if we're doing that, so the better ground might help us a little bit now as we go a little bit wider. We're at the front of this chasing pack. Coming in scare, I'm pretty at the front. We're going to make a big move up again there. And coming up now 2 furlongs from home off that turn into the home stretch as we pass the fountains in the water. We are diving on down here, undulating course, well clear by 1 furlong from home. Distancing over the chasing pack. Pretty is gone. Quite elusive coming through then, up towards second place. But an absolutely crazy win margin for Marie W there. 10 1/4. Yes, it's a weak field. Yes, most, if not all, the good horses were in Black W's race. But still. Starting on the inside, coming outside, getting the better ground. Like, it's a grade 1 win. To win by over 10 lengths is absolutely obscene. That is obscene. I have never seen that on Starters Order 7. Only once or twice before elsewhere. Only once or twice elsewhere. Higgy over a mile. The Secretariat, named after one of my favourite horses of all time. Docksider, the dangerous close-up. Very hit and miss, but very, very dangerous. And synchronized. Doesn't win a lot, but again, so dangerous, so high rated. Surely this time's high rated. Few others as well. This could be a bit of a boost. This could be a little bit of a boost to Higgy Dash rating. And I don't mind that at all. I don't mind that at all. We will be favourite with synchronized there as well. We're coping well. Let's go. Let's go. We know our 2 horses we're keeping an eye on again. We know those 2 horses quite well. So over a mile, I'm not sure how they run. I think we know them over a mile 1. We're off to a decent start. And we will go towards the front here a little bit. And there is, oh my god, there's like 7 in a row. We choose to come back inside. We've got Docksider just in front of us. We've got Synchronized just behind us. No, a couple of horses went a little early there. King's Color goes for it. We're going to run a bit of a wide bend coming down out the 2 furlongs though. We're right up there with King's Color. Grand Theft Equine dropping off. Here comes Docksider just behind us. Normally a very good finisher. Did they go too early? I think maybe they did. Final furlong marker, King's Color. Now here comes Higgy Dash driving down the home straight. Synchronized nowhere to be seen. Well in the pack at this point. Docksider with that late surge. And that's close. I think I give a short head to Docksider. That looked really, really close on the line. Oh, I think maybe we had a short head, actually. First time I give it to them. We're going to take it. It is a short head. I just got the wrong way round, but great run by Higgy. But again, you see that power over the last half furlong, or last furlong really, that Docksider has. They kick up to second gear, and then as they approach the line, they just drive hard and normally get some good results. But yeah, very hit and miss it seems. When they go up to a mile 1, mile 2, they kind of struggled a little bit. But yeah, they've won at a mile 1, they've won at a mile. So if they stay in that sort of area, they probably will do well. Higgy just ran well. Higgy ran well. Didn't run perfectly, but ran well. Ground side. Wow. Better ground stand side. I can't even talk. 1 second. Let me blow my nose. Oh, that's better. So allergies playing a part. Not being able to breathe. So, hopefully that will make it a little bit easier. and not distract me as much. So outside, we're going to prefer the outside with British Battler, of course. Looks like Mr. Music Master's back again, a little bit agitated up there. Everyone else seems okay. Clarabelle looks to be the favourite, and I'm not sure why. The only filly in the field. So they've got a little weight advantage, but they're still carrying more weight than us. We've got by far the best form. Their form is probably second, third, fourth, fifth, depending how you kind of grade it over the entire season. Like, you know, there's a big mixture of talents. I wouldn't say they were like dominant on form. They haven't got a huge weight advantage. They're not the top rated horse. They're joint third with another point behind them, Perfect Soul. I'm not sure why they'd be heavily tipped. I guess we're going to find out. I mean, yeah, I don't know how we wouldn't be favourite. I really don't know how we wouldn't be favourite. But British Battler will bring us home after Marie wins, Higgy wins, Black W opened up the video with a win. This is from fourth race. Can we get 4 from 4? It's a decent start here towards the outside. It's a decent start towards the outside. Where is Clarabelle? On the inside, the dark maroon silks just behind us with a star on the helmet, white sleeves. That is supposedly a danger horse. Mr. Music Master out early, agitated, we know, but into its rhythm, nice and early. Sabre Hongrois is there in second. And then the field up as well. We're in challenging position. We're actually going to take over on the bend. This is supremely early. This is supremely early from British Battler. We approach the 2 furlong marker about 3 to 4 lengths ahead of Sabre Hongrois. And Hongrois is back. Perfect Soul now up into second. Fortuny making a move up. Clarabelle still at the rear. Final furlong marker. Now we see Perfect Soul come onto the camera. Even the greatest horses of their time would not be able to catch British Battler, who coursed across the finish line. And Clarabelle finishes only ahead of Brocklebank. I do not know why they were tipped to win. I really do not know why they were tipped to win. 6 lengths. 6 lengths. Eased at the end. 100% eased at the end. I don't know if they would have got over 10 lengths, but I mean, yeah, that was, that was a rub. When we make our play for it before the bend, like 3.5 furlongs from home, then you know that we don't respect the field. We know the jockey doesn't respect the field. The horse is set up to dominate at that point. And that's what we saw. It's what we saw. Oh my. Oh my. Higgy does not gain. Higgy stays at 132. But Marie jumps up to a new high of 136. Black W we saw at 137. And now a 138. British Battler jumps up with a huge win. Huge win. Okay. We're going to see a 140. We've got to see a 140. We've got to see a 140. Mistopheles Matchy up here. 1 mile 4 Breeders' Stakes. And again, I've got to fancy this horse to win. It hasn't let us down. It just never leaves us sort of scratching our head. It has some bad races. It hasn't always dominated. But it's always been competitive. It's always given us a good run out. So, oh, we're 4 from 4. The Breeders' Stakes. We've got Snakebite coming down from Canada. It's a grade 3 horse. I mean, I say coming down from Canada. That's the only domestic horse, I should say. It looks like an American race. It's not. This is, I keep forgetting. This is at Woodbine. This is the Canadian Breeders' Stakes. You got Moidon Jewelry coming across ungraded from Japan. We've got Nomad and Cosmic Star. Two decent horses, but I'm not sure form-wise, the fact that they haven't won grade ones, I'm not sure how good they really are. And then we know some of these horses a little bit, they're not great horses that come up from America. So, yeah, unless we get really, really badly screwed here. Trading a little lazy, okay, that might be something to worry about. Cosmic Star seems to be the other one to watch. And I'd agree with that. I do buy horse, grade 2. I don't know. We don't know a lot of these horses. And the ones we do know, we don't know much about. So, mile 4 on the inside, a decent enough start. We are out early and well. Yeah, this course, is this? Oh yes, this is Woodbine. I think this is one that's supposed to be run perhaps right-handed, not left-handed, so the game kind of messes up the position. I'm not sure. I'll have to check that. So, just a graphical glitch, nothing too much there. Cosmic Star out on the early doors here, pushing up from Moidop. Looks like we are in the pack. I don't know where the rail is. I don't know exactly how much room we have up the inside, but it looks like it's going to be enough. 4 from home, we make a move into position. Here come some other horses with us. 2.5, final 2 furlongs. And now we're going to start pushing out ourselves. Cosmic Star still holds it. Mistopheles Machi now up into 3rd place. Starting to edge up into 2nd at the final furlong marker. Still got a couple of lengths to make up on Cosmic Star. Final half a furlong. Here comes the surge. Nomad coming up on our outside. But Mistopheles Machi will come through on the inside at Woodbine. Drives hard for the line. And just picks up a win. That was a tough race. Nomad, Cosmic Star, the 2 Dubai horses coming in there. I didn't really think much of the Japanese horses, but they could have always been a danger, I guess. But yeah, that was close. That was way closer than I think it should have been. But it's a win. Mistopheles Machi, only by a head, but it's a win. And that's 5 from 5 today. 5 from 5 today. Machi just keeps their rating. So British Battler is your leader at the moment at 138. And there you go, in North America. Across all ages, the top 5, 132 and above, are all our horses. Mandalay Kings at 131 is the only other American horse above a 130 rating, and that is with 11 Group 1 wins. Very dangerous horse. I'm sure we'll be facing off with them quite often, mainly because Marie W and Black W both run the same distances. So yeah, they're right up there. They are right up there with us. But it looks like, the money's just flying in. Absolutely flying in on these horses. But yeah, no, I don't think there's any doubt we've got 5 of the best horses in the game right now, all at 3-year-old. And only 2 share a distance. I mean, the only thing that could be better is if maybe Black W moved up to like a mile 2 or a mile 3. And if it was a mile 2 battler, British Battler moved up to a mile 3, then we'd have a mile 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, and 1, 4. And then we could just book all the races. But yeah, I am absolutely delighted. Absolutely delighted with that. Let me go see if there's any other races we want to run today. Okay, I've advanced in time up until the next yearling auction. With a day before Marie runs, and that will be the 1 mile 1 furlong personal ensign. It's for fillies and mares. I'm not sure really about some of these horses. We know a couple of them, but they're not great. There are 1 or 2 I don't know very well. I was worried this might be a tiny bit early for Marie. I wanted to book Black W in there. But yeah, we worked out okay that way. Black W instead goes for the Woodward and will face off against some good horses, including Mandalay King. So that is a big test for Black W. We'll be running that one as well. Then we've got some time, but Battler and Mistopheles Machi are both up here with, interesting races. There's not much in there, really. There's not much in there for Machi, but should be a good run, at least. And again, if we look at this, there's not much in there. So we should win those two fairly well. Now, at the same time, Higgy is going to head to Leopardstown in Ireland for the Coolmore Fastnet Rock Matron. So many unknown horses. That should be a tough race for Higgy as well. So yeah, we've got some interesting races coming up there. I think we just buy out this class as well, if only to sell. But again, I want to get like the 200s and above. So that's only going to put us at 5 horses. That's only going to put us at 5. Shakespearean's the first one up. Got a 5, 2. And then let them jump through their 4 auctions we're not a part of. And let's hope that our good form continues. I think we can win 3 out of those 5 races fairly easily. And I'm not underestimating the fields or anything. I just think Battler and Machi especially are in like races they should dominate. Marie's got a very good chance in her race. It's not a great field, and she is a very, very good horse. So I'd be surprised if we didn't come away with a win there as well. And then, yeah, Higgy Dad's got a tough race to run, but should be competitive. And Black W, I think, it's going to be a 2-horse race maybe. That's kind of how I feel that one's going to go. So it might be tough. But yeah, I want to see it compete. I want to see it really compete and hopefully win, but we know that's not always going to be possible. Oh, none of these yearlings are over 50%, never mind anything we want to keep. If that's 50 ability and 70 potential, like just 10 higher on each. Like, that is a very good horse for me to pick up. What's the distance? 7 furlong to a mile. Yeah, so a little bit of cruising burst, but more importantly would be finish. Just lacks that little bit of potential for me to trust. It's by far the best of the group, though. By far the best of the group. Disappointing. Okay, Marie. Let's go, Marie. Let's go. So what was Marie up to? 137? Was Marie 137? We're going to find out. It'll pop up in a moment, but there we go. 136. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, like, I think we know Culin Lake, don't we? We bought and sold that horse. It wasn't great. Bowley, we know that horse. We bought and sold that horse. It wasn't great. Without a Trace intrigues me. I can't lie. Without a Trace intrigues me. We've got a British horse coming over. Clarabelle's back again, but I haven't seen anything from them to think that we'd be really worried. So, yeah, unless Without the Trace comes through, something bad happens, that's the only way I think we maybe lose. We're looking well, we're looking fit. Top rated, low weighted, bookies favourite, tipsters favourite. I don't see anything in this field to overly worry us. So Marie goes up against Without the Trace. And Without the Trace is that one going out into the lead, it seems. Okay. So yeah, we'll see how this all works out. I said there might be someone here who worries me, but I can't see it right now. We're in good place. We're kind of stalking the leader. Bowley on the inside, Culane Lake on the outside of us. The two horses we bought and judged unworthy. Down now, around the turn, final 2 furlongs. We start pushing out before the bend is done. We are now on the home straight. Culane Lake up in second. We got Bowley in there. Clarabelle making a bit of a move, making a nuisance of themselves, but nobody is coming up to catch us. Half a furlong from home. The distance is lengthening out to Culane Lake. Bowley into third. That's a 1, 2, 3 for our stables in another save. If we'd have kept them, that would be a 1, 2, 3. But yeah, they weren't good enough. We could see that. Without a trace, didn't do much. That was the unknown that really could have hurt us. But yeah, just an easy victory in my opinion. 4 lengths, not too bad. Stays on 136. Yeah, there wasn't much to honestly, there wasn't much there for me to think we're gonna make a big push up. Okay, so a lot of the horses that could have gone in this, maybe, you know, because it was a fillies and mares only race, they've gone up to a mile 2 for the Travers, which is one I was going to run with British Battler, but I didn't think they'd be ready for, and they're not, so. Cunning Plan wins. Okay. Yeah, I think that would have been an easy win. I do think that one would have been an easy win. No, I just don't have the breeding. I can't keep checking. I don't have the breeding in the game yet to see what those 2-year-olds might be. Nothing in an auction. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. There wasn't anything to buy that I wanted. But yeah, I knew there was an auction coming up and I didn't pay attention. I hate missing auctions. Mandalay King's running today. Yes, I know he is. I know he is. Running up against Black W today. We know this. It is known. And it is a big test. It's a big test. I think Higgy Dat's got a worse field to run against. That's going to be a tougher race just because of the field you're up against. Mind you saying that, there's so many good form horses in here and some good grade 1 winners. It's a large field of 12. We've got some very decent ratings in here. But really, I do feel there should be Black W versus Mandalay King. It's kind of how I feel it should be. Tipsters agree. I think the betting kind of agrees. I mean, they do look better than us in terms of the paddock and settling. Better grown near side. So again, that's rail side. Yes, I believe so. So that'll be the inside. I think so. Okay, so inside. Yes. I don't know why I'm second guessing myself. I know. Well, I was going to say I know I'm right, but then again I'm like, am I though? Yes, I am. I'm fairly confident now. I'm fairly confident. 1 mile, 1 furlong, Woodward. Mandalay King out on the inside, off to a good start. We're in the middle of the pack and off to a good start as well. We prefer the inside, but we're not going to get there. Mandalay King gets the front and that good ground. Mr. Music Master, we know likes to go to the front with Casper's Shadow, starboard board, the stablemate just ahead. And then, yeah, we're a bit back at the moment. We've got a lot of ground to make up. Coming around the turn, Mandalay King, if they go early and they can sustain, which I think they're going to go early, this might be a big problem for us. Down towards the final furlong. We are up into 4th. We are absolutely flying. Absolutely flying. Can we sustain this charge? Final half a furlong. Mandalay King went early. Did really well. is going to get done at the line by us. Synchronize comes up as well at the line. Just doesn't get up on Mandalay King. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to see. I love Mandalay King. I think it's a great horse. We've been following it all this time. But I wanted to know, could Black W get the job done? And we did. 139. So close. So close. Oh, I haven't had a 140 in forever. I haven't had a 140 in forever. 139. Looks like we did well in that one, but we left it really late. We ran like a closer, which I don't think Black W really has ever done. I think they like to ride in the pack a little bit and come up early to challenge sort of in a normal way from a stalking position. But 139. Okay. Now we got British Battler, who is only a point behind. Could be our first 140. But what a story if Black W was the 140 horse. Like Kentucky Derby winner, Preakness winner, Belmont winner, first to 140, and then a big mile race to win for Higgy Dat. I don't know what that would be, but so close and such power. I really thought we were out of it for a few moments. I can't lie. About 3 furlongs from home, I didn't think we'd have what it takes. Didn't think we had what it takes. But yeah, we stepped up big time. Big time. Okay. So now I'm nervous. I shouldn't be, but I am. Mustopheles Matchy will run the Jockey Club Derby at Belmont. And then we head to Leopardstown for a double header. Higgy in the Coolmore Fastnet Rock Matron. And then the Quipco Irish Champion for British Battler. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's go find our races. Mustopheles Matchy. The Rojo boys in here. Nobody else has won a grade 1. It's not a great field. I don't think, unless we win dominantly, I'm not sure we'll jump up too much. Maybe 135 at most from a win here. But yeah, we should win. We should win. This is not a great field. This is not a great field. So the big showdown, Black W versus Mandalay King, we win. The easy races that I thought we should win, I still think we should win with Battler and now today Mustopheles Matchy. So we'll see if we're proven right. And then the very difficult field for Higgy Dat, where I don't think there's just one threat. I just think it's a very good field that a number of horses, if they do step up their game a little, could easily win it. That's going to be a difficult race. It's going to be a very difficult race. But I believe what we 7 from 7 right now. This is the 8th race, I believe, with Higgy and British Battler still to run. We're up there with Rojo Boy and we're inside. We're stalking down Grand Theft Equine. Lordship leading up the pack. 3 from home. Here comes Lordship. And we're going to make a move now. 2 furlong marker. We are neck and neck with Grand Theft Equine and striking out from home. From deep, here comes Fortuny. Do they have the legs to really make an impact here in the later stages of the race? We're inside the final furlong, down to about half furlong now. Nobody coming in from deep. The distance too big to make up. Fortuny up into second place, but Mustopheles Matchy, as expected, takes the prize at Belmont. The Jockey Club Derby, 4.5, and easily. Easily. 137, that's a much bigger jump than I expected. That's a much bigger jump than I expected. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. I believe Higgy's up first. Maybe? Yeah, Higgy was up first. Okay. So Polish Lake is a horse I think is very good. We've got 2 Japanese horses again, but grade 1 winners. Then we got a Dubai horse that's ungraded, but finishes in the money. We've got the domestic horse we don't know much about. You know, we've got the other Canadian. We've got a British horse coming over. I don't know. I just don't know. We're high rated. We're low weighted. We are looking well. Nobody seems to be out of it in the paddock. We are the tipsters' favourite. We are the betters' favourite. But there's so many horses here to worry about. Polish Lake for certain. Polish Lake for certain. That's, I think, my biggest threat. And then Jasmine Breeze. And then maybe the Japanese horses. I just don't know them at all. But we know Polish Lake is a decent horse. A very decent horse. Oh, I can see my desktop flicker through for a second. That's not good. That's not good at all. But Higgy there, off to a decent start on the outside. Not a great start, but decent enough. Looks like Riverine, and then up to the Japanese Sadiqa with the Steam Lady, and then Little Port and Brandy on our outside. We are in the front 5. We dip inside closer to the rail. Jasmine Breeze there, just at the front of the pack. Polish Lake can get up as well. We are on the inside. We get a good run going here. Here comes Shanghai Girl. We are pushing out as well. 2 furlongs from home. There's the marker. Shanghai up into second. Riverdene dropping back. Here comes some of the rest of the field. But Higgy Dat, a furlong from home, is keeping the distance. Now we're going to start to weaken over the final furlong. Little Port and Brandy's coming on strong. Esteemed Lady with them. Are we going to hold on to this? I think Little Port and Brandy just gets edged out. I was going to say, I think they're slowing, but I didn't want to tempt fate. What a run down the final furlong. We went way early there. Way early, but we get the job done. We do get the job done, ladies and gentlemen. 132 up to 136. Oh my God. So we've got a 139, a 138, a 137, 136. And I'm not sure what Marie was, I think. And then we got Battler, who's the 138 left to run today. Unless I'm mistaken, I think that's where we are. But I also believe we are 9 from 9 today. 9 from 9 with what I think is not a difficult race for British Battler. I don't think it's a race that we should really be worried about. No domestic horses. We've got a French mare coming in. They're going to be high weighted. And then it's a bunch of horses we know we can beat. We look fit. That's about it. Tipster's favourite, Bookie's favourite. Not a great field. One of the grade 1. High rating amongst the boards, but 138 for British Battler. Does a win push us to 140? For 10 of 10 in this video, the Quipco Irish champion. We're on the outside here. We're out the stalls and away well. Let's see how this one develops. Mile 2. Let's see. Cunning Plan up to the front there with Distorted Human now jumping through to lead. Yakuta and then Fujin, Dancer, Darej, Go, Amwell and ourselves at the rear. We are out of picture at the moment, but we are well in touch. You can see the nose of our horse there. Coming up now just before the turn. We're going to take the outside rail route. 2.5 from home. We are currently 5th. We get past Darej here and up into 2nd at the 2 furlong marker. It's ourselves and Darej though. Gonna go for this one. Passing Distorted Humor. Is there gonna be a push here over the final furlong? We seem to be running within ourselves. Slightly distancing on Darej. A big push is needed from Darej here if they're gonna take it. And they're not. Half a length win by British Battler. Not as dominant as I thought we would be. I've got to be honest, I figured that would be a much, much bigger win. We're not going to check the 140 there. We're going to go to the actual screen to see if we do it or not. But that is 10 from 10. And British Battler stays on 138. 2 at 136. A 137 from Machi. 138 from British Battler. 139 from Black W. Kentucky Derby winning British Battler. Preakness winning Marie W. Belmont winning Mistopheles Machi, who is the prime 3-year-old right now. First to 140 is still available. Wow. Wow. 10 from 10 in the video. We are absolutely dominant there. 7 Group 1 wins on Higgy, 12 on Marie, 7 on Black W, 15 now for Machi, and 9 for British Battler. This is, simply put, by far, the greatest set of horses I have ever had. Ever had. By far. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see what we do at the tail end of the season, which is approaching. Until we get round to that, it's time to say goodbye once more. Please come back soon to see how these horses develop. Comment section down below right now who is going to hit 140 first. They're all within range. One good race could do it. Who's your money on? Why do you think that? Thanks very much for the support. Continued as always. I really do appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You know the drill. Let's get it done. And I'll see you back here next time for more fun and games at Not For Long. Until then, thank you very much. See you soon. And take care.